Okay, so I'm doing my program right now, and I just had a realization, and I just had to talk about it. Sorry, I have to plug my phone up first, though. Okay, hopefully we're charging. Okay, so I have this realization, talking about shadows and how we're whole, like our shadows created. It lives through the ego, and basically Catherine was saying that she was always told she's shy because she had to keep secrets, she had to keep family secrets or whatever. And so she became this shy person, but really she realized that's not her. That's not the real her. That's something that she was conditioned to think or believe about herself. And that really she loves being around people. So I her talking about that, it really brought up a super good point for me. So growing up, I always liked girls. I liked boys too. It was never oh, I only like girls, or oh, I only like boys. I liked everybody. And I remember growing up thinking it was 100% normal. I never saw a gay couple to my knowledge. I can't remember the first time or anything like that, right? But I grew up with a mom and a dad, right? So I never saw it, but I never thought it was wrong, right? I mean, I distinctly remember multiple times and multiple occasions messing around with little girls when I was a little girl, and also messing around with little boys. So I remember my first sexual experience as a teenager. Okay. So no, I'm not a little kid, but I never told my dad oh, I like girls. To my knowledge, I never said anything like that. I never officially came out to my dad, hey dad, I just want you to know I like girls. I never labeled myself until society forced me to label myself. And I wasn't a child necessarily when society forced me to label myself. I was almost a teenager. But society made me feel like I had to label myself because you just had to have this big coming out moment. And so I never talked about my sexuality. Okay, until I was the people I was around started talking about, oh, well, I like girls. And I'm oh, I like girls too. And it was crazy because it was nothing. Oh, I like girls too. And then it's I realized even more deeper, as I got older, I still never so I moved from from Florida to Iowa. And when I moved to Iowa, I never said, I never came out oh, I'm gay, or oh, I like girls, right? So it was not a super known thing until I actually had a girlfriend. And then it became this known thing, Shelby's gay. And it was I hated labeling myself as anything. And now I see why. I literally just came here to love. I am attracted to, I'm not attracted to any gender specific person or nothing. Okay, as long as you're an adult, right? That's the thing. And I've dated a trans man. I can't say I'd never date a trans woman. I don't know. I can never say no. I won't, because I don't know. And I came here to love, like, not with a label. I just came here to love. That's it. That's all. And I don't want to label it. I don't want to label myself. I don't want to confine myself to any box of who I am and who I love. So I wanted to say that. And that was my realization. And it feels so good to like still be like popping up with like things in my head that are just like, I'm so glad this was shared. Like,